I've been loving our blackouts, and they are really, really nice. However, they make it really easy to just kind of like forget that it's the morning and that you need to get up and get dressed and get to work. And that's what we've been doing this morning, but I wanted to say what's up, guys, and good morning, because we are ready to get dressed and head out the door. But with a baby, that means we'll see you in an hour.
Maybe two.
Maybe two. We're heading back down to the shop because it is Mountain Made Mondays. I know the guys have made a lot of progress down there on the vans, and I'm really excited to see what they've accomplished. I know a lot of the cabinet doors are gonna be going in today, and then I'm also gonna fix the one piece that goes on our tall door that goes in the sunroom, and hopefully tomorrow we're gonna completely finish the locker system in the mudroom, sunroom, and then maybe we'll start the garage. I don't know. Anyways, good morning. Let's get started.
'Cause we only want what's best for you.
So this guy is going through a tough little stage where doesn't want to be put down. Life is tough, huh, buddy?
You're okay. Look at you. See, there's nothing wrong.
Say, Mom, I got my bees outfit on.
You look so cute.
I'm wearing my bees right now.
The 4-month sleep regression. I had no idea. Also, it's more than just sleep. It's the 4-month regression for everything. Yeah, but you're okay. Just needs a little bit more reassurance and just wants to be told that he's loved, and he's super loved, and we're letting him know that. Right, we made it. We're out. It's definitely just like so much more difficult. I don't know why, when there's a baby crying and a dog barking. Even though like you have to do the exact same tasks, just like those two added noises make everything so much harder and take so much longer. But Leo is now napping comfortably. The dogs are happy, exercised, and in the house hanging out for the day. Trent is actually driving behind me. We're gonna take 2 separate cars and divide and conquer today. We have a bunch that we have to get done. And we are making our way down this very slippery mountain.
You know, at first I used to always be nervous and worried about Allie driving the truck because it's big and like you can drive over the top of somebody if you're not careful, things like that. But the more we've gotten into like the winter up here and how like gnarly the roads are, and the 4Runner is light enough that like it slides around like pretty considerably. And so now I actually feel more comfortable when Allie drives the truck because I know that it's a lot harder to get the truck stuck. The truck just has better traction and grip and everything overall. The 4Runner is more of an off-roading machine, but the truck is just a little bit more proficient because of like the size of the tires and like the power that it possesses. So I actually feel better about Allie driving the truck, and I'll take the 4Runner. And I'm gonna go down and start helping Bryce solve some problems with the cabinet doors. Pretty soon we're gonna be starting to work on the Sprinter, which I'm really excited about because replicating Pamela Vanderson or Pamela Vanderson 2.0 is cool, but it's like something we've already done. So we're just like trying to solve all the same problems the way that we solved them before and improve upon some of the things that we did in the first van. But the Sprinter is a totally new setup. It's a really cool idea that I think we've come up with. I'm really excited to put it to the test.
All right, you ready to go shopping? Yay!
It's taken a little bit of time, but I was able to pump, feed Leo, change his diaper, get his stroller all ready. We're heading into Target. We're gonna get some work done.
What do you see? Oh boy, Leo.
It's the same old sound in the same old town.
Good morning, boys. So one of the things that we've been dealing with this van is we wanted to do shaker style cabinets, which is like the cabinet doors that we've been making that I know has been like painstaking to watch because I've made like 1,000 of them in 10 different videos. But we also want to use these really cool boat latches. So in order to make those little boat latches work on the shaker style frame, it has been extremely difficult. And we're working with like clearances that are very, very small. Those boat latches are just not really designed to go on a cabinet door like the shaker style that we've been making. But we're doing our best to like customize them and make it work because I think they look really sharp. They serve as a latch and as a handle, and they're flush mounted. They're really, really convenient, and I think they look good. So we're doing everything we can to try and make them work. I just, you know, I wish the whole time that I was like living in our van, we had all the upgrades that Pamela Vanderson 2.0 has, but whoever gets this van is gonna be really happy.
Oh boy. Mission accomplished. Nobody cried. Nobody threw up. This is a very successful event. The only issue is I'm realizing now as I'm getting into the car, the one thing I needed to get was diapers. The one thing I forgot was diapers. So I'm not going back in there. We used up all of our precious time where he was behaving beautifully. I don't think we're gonna risk it for a second time. We're heading over to the shop to see how Trent is doing. Hopefully they are making lots of fun progress. Wow, it looks so empty in here without the van. This is Bryce's parking spot.
Yeah, I know, we were just talking about there's gotta be some prospect for these little oil drips that are in here.
It definitely isn't me. She doesn't leak oil. She only leaks oil when she has oil in it, so I mean.
So that can't be right now?
She's leaking oil right now.
Remember how I said I needed to get diapers today?
Yeah.
Guess what I forgot? Diapers.
We're gonna pull her off of the lift because we need to get under the 4Runner to do a couple little tidying up jobs.
Nice and easy.
Here we go.
How is everything looking in here?
Beautiful. You want to take a look?
Did anything move during transit?
I don't know.
No,
It seems a lot lower to the ground now.
Yeah, wow.
That's great.
So
You can actually
accessible.
step into here.
Oh, is this a fridge?
Oh yeah.
Wow!
Well,
Wow! Oh my goodness, I haven't seen this yet.
and it works really well. The fridge cooled down in like 20 minutes. The freezer was already to temperature.
You can have ice cream in this van?
Oh yeah.
Wow!
Want to see something cute?
Yes.
Ooh, seems like a real nice approach.
Look at this.
Oh, those are cute.
Smallest little ice cubes. But yeah, it works.
Nice. This looks gorgeous. I really like this.
Oh, I didn't even.
How does this work? Wow. Can you flip it up? How does it open?
Oh yeah. Skadoosh.
Oh,
And then you cook 'em.
nice.
Cool. Oh yeah, it needs to be mounted in there, but
Some pizza, some sourdough bread, cookies.
Lift.
Oh, your chin.
I hit it super hard too.
Are you okay?
Almost knocked my teeth out. Oh my god.
What? I took this car to the actual dealership to get an oil change back over Christmas, and there's some really expensive aftermarket skid plate thingies, I don't even know all the technical details, that Trent put on, and when they did the oil change they removed some access panels and they never put them back on, and Trent was really upset, so we just got off the phone with the dealership, and I don't know what's going on.
This hole, and this bolt that's sheared off right there. I'm not gonna name the dealership, but I'm pretty upset. And I just called him and I gave him a very kind piece of my mind, and the manager was really nice. And he said, I'm gonna figure out what's going on, I'll call you back. So, I'm not mad yet. We're gonna wait and see how the manager handles it. Anyway, I'm dropping the like protector skid plate thing that covers the gas tank right now. It's basically made out of a pop can, and the one that I got is like nice and thick, so that if we go over some big rocks, it's not gonna crush my gas tank, because that would be really, really bad.
Do you call it pop or soda?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like I've never heard you say pop can.
I don't really say pop, yeah.
I think Utah. What do you say?
I think
Soda.
soda. Yeah.
What do you say?
Soda. Soda pop.
Minnesota.
Soda pop.
It's soda pop.
Call it pop in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Matt when you need him? I bet he calls it pop.
He definitely does.
Matt! Come down. Just the thickness, right? Really, really strong and rigid.
So it's super, super heavy.
This?
Yeah.
No.
You're supposed to say yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
so
just
strong.
Clark Trent, so
Clark Trent.
not a big deal for me. All right, so we finally got the gas tank skid completely installed, so it's all beefy and ready to go. Now this right here is a skid plate or a protector for the rear differential. So it's something that happens pretty frequently when you don't have one of these is you'll go forward and you'll either come over the top of a rock or you'll back up into like a rock. And this right here is just not a super thick, secure part of the axle. They're much beefier than they used to be, but this will make it so that we can't run into something right there, because if this gets dented at all, then it contacts the ring gear that's inside here, and then you got big problems.
How do you know all this?
Because I've done a lot of it.
Okay.
I've learned the hard way in many times, many situations. Well, it's been a long day, but we're finally done.
And you did it all. First try.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say we did it all first try, but we got all the plates on. We got the rear view camera mounted for the spare tire carrier, because when you put that spare tire carrier on, it blocks the rear view camera, so you have to put a different one on. So now everything's fully set up on the 4Runner. It is ready to head off into the desert and have some fun.
Ooh,
and I
I'm
think
excited.
this weekend that might be what we're doing.
Yay!
So I think we're probably gonna call it a day. We did get our piece cut for our cabinet. We're gonna take that home, and then tomorrow we'll be working on the cabinets and working on blinds and probably painting and more fun.
We'll see you guys in the morning.
So I just got a message on Facebook from a friend that I had, you know, a guy that I probably haven't talked to in 5 years. And he sent me a message and it said, "Guess who died?" And it had a link. And I immediately thought, this looks suspicious. I bet this guy got hacked. And so I like sent him a message and I was like, hey, who is it? Just tell me. I was like, I think you got hacked. And he responded and he said, I did get hacked, and had a face palm on there. And that sucks. And that's actually super scary. And it actually brings me to today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN. It's a virtual private network, and it protects you from a lot of threats like getting hacked when you're on an unsecured network. It's something that actually encrypts ingoing and outgoing information from your phone, your laptop, your desktop computer, anything that you're connected to an internet that isn't secured, you're vulnerable. And they can steal your passwords, they can steal your bank account information, your credit card. Surfshark makes online privacy easy and attainable. They have an app that goes on your phone or on your computer, and it runs in the background and you never have to worry about it. So if you guys are interested in protecting yourselves, I highly recommend it. It's extremely affordable, and right now Surfshark is giving you guys 83% off and your first 3 months for free if you click the link in our description. So thanks again to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Now we're gonna get started for the day.
Good morning, guys. We are just getting started for the day, doing some very fun strategizing and scheming to build the garage, which supposedly could be built any day now. It's 43 degrees out and very nice and warm and sunny. The snow is slowly melting. And I don't know about you guys, but I think it's melting for good this time.
Trying to do a lot of things this morning. Trying to figure out how to get our trusses ordered, because the company that was supposed to order our trusses for the garage basically just flat out said, we can't make your trusses. They didn't even give a reason. They were just like, hey, we can't make your trusses. And so that's not a good sign. So there is a handful of other truss companies that we can reach out to. However, I think they're all probably gonna be, 4 months out. Building a house comes with a lot of logistical problems. And our biggest issue up here is that we have this variable called snow. And sometimes it melts soon, sometimes it doesn't melt until June, and then like for a while after it melts, it's really muddy, and these big trucks that bring up the big shipments of lumber and stuff, they won't even come up here when it's muddy, because they can like slide off the road or get stuck in the mud. So we're trying to hit a moving target. We're doing our best, and today has basically nothing to do with that. We just thought we would fill you guys in. We're gonna be finishing the cabinets. I know you guys are excited about cabinets. We're gonna be finishing the cabinets in the sunroom. We're gonna be finishing that door and getting it painted, putting cabinet poles on the cabinet doors that are already in there, mounting the hooks. Let's get started for the day.
A little bit of a difficult morning today. After having dealt with flooding in our basement probably 10 different times now, from the sewage and the septic system backing up, this morning, of course, oh my god. Trent came downstairs and look at this.
This is an absolute disaster. This is going to be a lot of cleanup, and I am not happy about this.
This isn't clean water. It smells disgusting down here, and we knew that this was something that needed to be taken care of. Basically, since it happened, it's hard to excavate while the land is frozen and there's snow on it, so we were kind of waiting until it thawed out this spring, and we were going to try to get our excavator to come back and reset the septic tank and try to realign the slope of the pipes going into the septic tank. Obviously, this needs to happen sooner rather than later, because no matter what we do, no matter how much toilet paper we don't flush down the toilet, it's at such a shallow slope, or there's something going on in the septic area that just like the minimal amount of paper gets clogged and backs up all the way up to the drain in here. And it's really frustrating because we just bought water sensors to put down here so that this wouldn't happen again, or we would at least be notified before it gets really bad. And they are sitting on the counter upstairs, having yet to be placed down here. Nothing. It's just moving stuff around. This is the quilt that my grandmother knit for my mom when I was born. Come on. We're okay. We're okay. This has happened before, but never to this extent. Right now, the water is almost all the way to each perimeter of the entire basement, like an inch or two, covering every single thing on the ground, including camera gear, all of the tools, electrical equipment, snow and ski gear, expensive clothing, really sentimental baby gifts from a lot of our family and friends that were kind of in storage until we could finish setting up the whole baby area. These things happen, and we knew that it could happen again. We just didn't realize like this scale that it could happen at. So we could have been taking steps to prevent this, which is what I'm most upset about. I'm also really upset that it smells like but you know what? We needed to clean this basement. We needed to organize it. And that is just gonna start to happen a lot sooner than I was expecting. The biggest issue is that we need to dry everything out, and it's completely muddy over here. It's full of snow over here. So there isn't really anywhere to dry anything. I guess the deck, we could carry stuff all the way up to the deck. Trent and Brandon are currently trying to unclog the actual septic tank and figure out what the issue is over here.
Like I said, this has happened before and it's my fault. I actually bought some water alarms, some water sensors, and put downstairs by that floor drain in case this happened again. It would go off and let us know that it was happening so it didn't like fill up the basement. And I'm an idiot and I didn't put them in. It's like the biggest mistake ever because it's probably damaged thousands of dollars worth of stuff in the basement. Not fun. Also, the septic system is brand new. This should not be happening. So there's like an issue with it, absolutely. And basically I'll show you what we gotta do now. I've gotta take this auger out there. We've gotta open up the septic tank and I've gotta run this auger up the line until it clears and drains the system. And then we've gotta start taking basically everything out of the basement, trying to sanitize the actual concrete and get everything that's salvageable and get it cleaned, and everything that's not, we've gotta throw it away. Problem is, freaking lid weighs like 100 pounds. I have to like lift it all the way from down here below me.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
You made it look easy.
It's not my first time. Ooh, that smells right. So now comes the fun part. And this is also the part where I'm really glad that you guys at home can't smell what we're smelling, because this is a vile, vile log of unbearable stench right here. Now I've got to force this auger up in here and get this line cleared, and when I do, probably like a month worth of waste is gonna come splashing out. We'll probably try to edit that part out, but just know that's what we're looking for. So luckily, I am a trained professional. I've done this for a job for a considerable amount of time in my early 20s, late teens. It's not fun, it's really gross, pays well, but it's a terrible job. But I'm also really grateful that I have this experience and I don't have to try and get some service guy up here in the snow, because that would be a nightmare. The thing I am really upset about is normally we would have a disaster cleanup company come out, clean everything up out of the basement, sanitize everything. They also can't get up here right now, so we're gonna do the best with what we can on our own. But needless to say, this is an absolute disaster.
What have you found?
Lots of poop.
Well, we cleared the line, so now everything's draining, which is good. But now we have to go like try and clean and desanitize the basement.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to like make a Tide
I know what to do.
disinfectant concrete clean.
Unfortunately, this isn't my first rodeo.
That's good.
Everything that can be washed will be washed. Everything that can be dried will be wiped down and dried.
It just makes me so mad because I have those water sensors.
I know.
And I bought them after this happened last time, and I was like, I'm gonna put one of these water sensors right by that drain, and I need to know if water comes up here because I can't have this like fill in the basement.
I know.
And then being lazy and procrastinating, as soon as I opened that door, I took 2 steps and I went, oh no, there's like poop in the basement right now.
I know. It's floating around
We have a poo basement.
on the ground.
Send Lika in to clean it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Lika, get out of here. What a nightmare. We'll take everything out of the basement that's like salvageable and bring it up here on the deck, and anything that's not, we'll just have to go in Brandon's passenger seat or something.
Yeah, right.
I think maybe I should run to Home Depot and buy 2 or 3 tall wire racks so that nothing is actually left sitting on the ground after this. So that if this happens again, I don't want it to.
Well, I'm just gonna put that water alarm downstairs, because then as soon as any water bubbles up, it's like turn off everything.
But
like,
if we're not home, it's still gonna flood.
Mhm.
Whether
well,
we're
where
home-
would the water be coming from? Unless you like turn the washing machine on and leave. That's the only way that that can happen.
Which we do all the time.
Well, but the washing machine is not going to put the amount of water that's in the basement right now, and there won't be any poop in it.
Okay.
We got poop in our basement.
It's your poop.
It's probably your poop.
It's
It's probably your poop.
probably my poop, guys. Come on.
It's one of our poops,
Or all of our poops.
and there's a lot of it.
It's a beautiful day. It's nice and warm. It's not snowing. Could be way worse.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix the poop.
I think we're gonna shovel off the deck really fast and then just start.
It's really easy to get down on ourselves today about this. This is not what we were expecting, and this is a huge cleanup project that we just like we didn't budget time for. It definitely throws a wrench in our plans, but the silver lining is that at least this basement wasn't a finished basement. There could be bedrooms and carpet and full furniture that would be completely destroyed now.
It can always be worse.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm definitely gonna put the water alarms down there now.
Yeah, seriously.
Learn my lesson.
All right. We are slowly making our way through everything in the basement, getting it all taken out so that we can vacuum up the water and then mop everything with bleach and get it nice and clean. We're probably gonna have to rent some fans and get everything nice and dry. And it's annoying, it's upsetting, but at the same time, it could always be worse. You know, the good news is we have a house with a basement that even floods. Like, we could still be just living in the trailer in the snow and have no water or power, and we could be living on the street. Like, life could always be so much worse. And this is just kind of like one of the perks you have to deal with when you build your own house, and especially when you build something so remote and so far out where it's difficult for anybody to get to you. So nobody can come like help fix the septic tank until it fully thaws. So for now, we're just gonna continue to monitor it, put those water sensors in place, and try to look on the bright side. Down into the abyss. Trent has been slaving away down here for probably the past 2 or 3 hours now, trying to just get everything out of the basement and try to sort it, what's dry, what's dirty, and what is just like trash and not worth saving or needed to get put somewhere else anyways. I'd say it's about 90% clear. This whole area is dry, but I think we still... Oh. It's not dry. Great. It's under the couch. But everything out here is pretty much moved. The exercise bike is completely flooded. That's a bummer. And this box of tools is also super wet, but it's getting much, much better. And Trent
Slowly making progress.
is having a wonderful time of it. You doing okay?
I was born in the dark.
There you go.
Despite that comment, I'm not having a good time.
I know, I'm sorry.
I've got basically everything that was wet except for under the couch.
Okay.
If I can get you to help me with just like this zone right here, things that are wet in a box we can throw away or you can keep or whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Things that are dry, we just need to like move them into the stairwell.
Okay.
And then I can use the squeegee on the shop vac to try and squeegee all the water out so that the concrete can start drying. And then you're gonna have to like bleach mop the whole floor.
My specialty. If you guys don't follow Go Clean Co., I think is her name on Instagram, go follow her right now. That's where I get all my cleaning hacks from. She is
Call her,
amazing.
See if she's got the afternoon free.
You know, I know she's in Canada. Otherwise, I would definitely get her on the phone and say, "Hey, you want to come give us a hand over here?"
I will fly her here right now.
It's getting better by the minute. Recently, Trent was even able to unclog the actual drain, which was backed up with a bunch of solid waste. that's exciting.
I'm really trying to find the silver lining and be happy. I'm glad that we found this as soon as we did. Only, 80% of the basement is saturated in sewage. Could have been 100% submerged.
Yes.
If we didn't catch this, so I'm happy for that. I'm really upset because it smells like poop down here,
I know.
and we're gonna have to bleach this all really well and get some fans down here to dry it out, and I just hope it doesn't always smell like poop.
No, it won't.
Hope not.
Yeah, we got this.
Gotta make a man cave down here sometime.
Seriously. I brought you a brown nugget.
I've got poop on my hands.
Brownies will never have the same meaning ever again.
I've got enough brownies down here in the basement.
Hi. You're just gonna be an expert drain cleaner one day, huh? Oh, are you pooping too? Are you adding to the poo? Well, it's turned into a beautiful day. It's 49 degrees outside, bright and sunny, the snow is melting, and hey, we're gonna have a nice, clean, organized basement by the time this is all done. So it needed to happen eventually. Why not today? It's totally fine. We have pretty much cleaned everything out that was super soaking wet in the basement. It stinks and it's still very moist down there. So we're loading everything up to the trash that couldn't be salvaged, and then we are heading to Home Depot. We're gonna get some fans, some mop heads, some bleach, just a bunch of stuff that we need to finish the job. Oh, and some wire storage racks. I don't care what Trent says. I think it's really important. Even if we have water sensors on the ground, that we never put anything on the ground, at least until this is permanently fixed.
All right, we're locked and loaded. We look like the Beverly Hillbillies because we got 4 tires, a garbage can, 2 fans, a couple rims, a mop bucket, a tow rope, a big box from the UPS store, a baby, a wife, a stroller, some shoes,
And cookies.
bleach, cookies, brownies. We look like a mess, but we got everything we need. We're heading back to the house. Frank is literally a mood right now. And that's exactly how I feel. It has been quite the day. Let's just say it that way. Leo is completely zonked out. How are you feeling?
I'm pretty zonked.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? It makes days like today make you appreciate the little things. And I appreciate that we have a house, that we have a basement that gets flooded, that we have a toilet that can flush, even if it backs up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It could always be worse. I'm trying to take it in stride. It's going to be a long process to dry out the basement and get it all cleaned up, but it's going to be really organized and functional when it's done, which is something we've been putting off.
Yeah, we are gonna spend some time probably getting some racks so that we can get stuff off of the ground. But basically, today and tomorrow, we're just gonna run those big fans in the basement until everything's completely dried out. And then we're gonna go through with bleach and clean and disinfect everything that got touched with water and cut out anything that is absorbed the water or could be a problem. And then after that, we're gonna move everything back in and we're gonna get it all set up. And I'm definitely gonna set up those stupid water alarms. Should have just done that in the first place.
And sometime this spring, we're going to dig up the septic system and
Curtis is going to dig up the septic
we're
system
going to
and
fix it for real.
But anyway, I think this is where we're going to let you guys go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed coming along on this adventure, even though it was an absolute disaster. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you show us by giving us a big thumbs up on today's video. Consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Adios!